Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to Coffee and Crypto. In today's episode we do have two stand-in replacements. The first replacement from Coffee and Crypto is it's Red Bull in Crypto this morning, and also you may notice, you may not, that it is Deck on the microphone today, so filling in for Don today. So yeah, double replacement. We've got Red Bull in Crypto hosted by Deck. But yeah, let's go. There is some pretty big news in the world of cryptocurrency today to cover, so let's get straight in. Let's get started. One sec. Okay, so as always, we will take a look at the prices first. See how exciting or how non-exciting they are. So first up, in fact, we can just see here Pepe is back trending. Good old Pepe. Big fan favourite on the channel, Pepe is. But yeah, Bitcoin, $25,525. It's up 2.6% in the past 24 hours. We've got Ethereum up at $1,669, up 2%. BNB up 1%, sitting at $238. BNB is one of the cryptocurrencies that I would love to see really crash much deeper to buy in more, because I'm a big fan of Binance and I like the amount of FUD that is against Binance. It's been an onslaught for years against Binance. So I would like to see, in fact, let's have a quick glance at this. I would love to see Binance coin back down around between $20 and $40. If I was to get an opportunity to buy Binance coin at $40, I would rip your hand off for that. I see the future in Binance. It's the biggest best exchange in the world. It's just that the governments hate it because it is so big and it's so untouchable. So yeah, Binance coin currently sitting at $237. It did have an all-time high. Let's have a look at the all-time high just for some reference points. Had an all-time high up around $700. So all-time high $700, currently sitting at $237. But I would love to buy it at $40. That would be a dream for me. That would be a dream. But yeah, let's see how we got on with that. Let's see if that is met. But next on the list we have XRP sitting at 47 cents. That's up 1.3% in the past 24 hours, but it is down 10% in the last week. Oh, a big drop after news. Buy the rumour, sell the news on XRP. Then we've got Cardano down a whopping 17% this week. It is up 3% over the last 24 hours, sitting at 26 cents. Then we've got Dogecoin at 6 cents, Tron at 6 cents, and Solana at $14. That is the prices. That's how the prices are looking. I'm just going to get up this chat here. Oi, oi, and sell it. So, that's the prices. Not much action. Up 2.4% over the last 24 hours with the news of the Bitcoin ETF, which I will be covering. But yeah, trending, we've got IOTEX is trending. Let's have a look at this. What is IOTEX? Starting as an open source project in 2017, it's built a decentralized platform whose aim is to empower open economics for machines, an open ecosystem where machines and people can interact. Yep, the same as every other 10,000 cryptocurrencies out there. Yep, IOTEX is trending. Great, perfect. So, let's get into the video. Before we kick things off with the news, just want to let you know that the YouTube giveaway is happening very soon. It's happening today. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. I will show you the previous YouTube giveaway. So to enter the YouTube giveaway, all you need to do is leave a comment under any video from that month. and you can win. You can win. So yeah, we'll be drawing that today. So have a look at that. Have a look. Make sure you check it out to see if you've won, because if you do win, you've got 48 hours to claim the prize. We don't contact you. We announce the winner, and you've got 48 hours to claim the prize. Easy stuff, standard stuff. Yep. But that is coming today, so have a look out for that. But straight into the news, we've got BlackRock iShares files paperwork for a spot Bitcoin ETF. So this is massive news. Massive news, corrupt as always with the USA. But hold on while I take a sip of my freezing cold Red Bull. So the SEC has rejected numerous attempts by other fund companies to launch a spot Bitcoin ETF. So yeah, the SEC it's rejected, from memory, myself, maybe 10 Bitcoin ETFs. It has rejected them all. Every single one, it rejects them. I think Grayscale's filed for a good few, and it rejects every single one. It will allow, what is it allows? It allows like derivatives ETFs, but it never allows spot ETFs, because spot ETFs means that they have to buy the underlying asset. It's not just a dollar contract version of the asset. For a spot Bitcoin ETF, BlackRock would need to buy Bitcoin spot. They would need to buy the real asset, the underlying asset. But other ETFs, derivatives, whatever the name they use for them, it's just contracts. So they approve them because they don't need to go out and buy Bitcoin. It's just a contract against the price of Bitcoin. But the spot ETF, which is the big dog, that is the main one. Because if any spot Bitcoin ETF gets approved for a multi-trillion-dollar asset management company, that means that multi-trillion-dollar asset management company can then go out and buy Bitcoin. Well, they need to go out and buy Bitcoin for its ETF. So that is the real size and the real power of this ETF is the fact that they need to go out and buy the actual Bitcoin. Other ETFs is just contracts, which is nonsense. It's garbage. It's just fake fugazi in the metaverse, in the government metaverse. It's just contracts saying, I bought this much Bitcoin, you own this much Bitcoin, but you don't own the underlying asset because it's not spot. So this is gigantic. If a spot ETF is ever to be accepted, but of course the SEC rejects every single one. Reject. But let's see what the story says. So the iShares unit of the fund management giant BlackRock filed paperwork Thursday afternoon with the US SEC for the formation of a spot Bitcoin ETF. So to be named in the trust, the fund's assets are to consist primarily of Bitcoin held by a custodian on behalf of the trust, according to the filing. But the corruption's just, I don't know. The custodian will be, so it says will be, but it's will be crypto exchange Coinbase, said the filing. So there's a good chance here that the SEC is going to allow this ETF to go through because BlackRock is their friends, basically. BlackRock is the kind of main asset management fund in the US. That's where all the Wall Street and friends, that's who all them are. You get the likes of Grayscale, who are the new tech come-ups. They're on the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. But the SEC deny them because they've no control or corruption over them. But basically, BlackRock is the government, if you can call it that. They're all commingled in between each other. So there's a good chance here that BlackRock will have its Bitcoin ETF accepted, right? But the funny thing is, well, there's many funny things. Basically, everyone else has been denied. Everyone has been denied for no reason. And other companies want to sue the SEC for rejecting the claims because they're filing for this spot ETF and everything is crystal clear. Everything is as it should be to be approved. And they just deny. They just reject. They don't allow it. So the funny thing is, there's a good chance they're going to accept BlackRock's one because it's their friends. But as you can see here, the custodian will be the crypto exchange Coinbase that the SEC just sued. So the SEC allowed Coinbase to go public. They allowed Coinbase to trade for 7, 8, 9 years, fine. Then they're going to allow Coinbase to be the custodian on behalf of BlackRock. But according to the SEC, Coinbase is illegally operating a securities exchange. It's just nonsense. The US government, the US is just head is filled with nonsense. And it's almost every coffee in crypto is the same. Just talking about how silly the US are. Like it's mind numbing. It makes me feel dumb reading this stuff. I feel dumb reading this stuff because it's so silly that it's just allowed to happen, and it's just that's the way of the world. But anyway, through approving a number of futures, futures that I was saying derivatives, so futures-based ETFs, so they approve all the futures ones because you don't need to buy Bitcoin for the futures ETFs, it's just contracts, it's just nonsense. So the SEC notably rejected other fund management companies' attempts at opening a spot Bitcoin ETF, including those from Grayscale, VanEck and WisdomTree. BlackRock, however, may not be easy for the SEC to turn away. It's the world's largest asset manager with more than 10 trillion in assets under management. So the company CEO has political power to possibly match that of the SEC, Gary Gensler. Of course, corruption, money, corruption, all the same. So the proposed ETF is a benchmark against the CME Bitcoin reference rate. So the move comes at a time where the crypto industry is reeling from the US regulatory crackdown, which recently saw the SEC suing crypto exchange Coinbase and Binance. The market sentiment following the ETF seemed to have gotten slightly boosted as the price of Bitcoin gained a bit on the news, rising shy of $25,000. So yeah, that is some BlackRock ETF. That's the you just can't take anything anymore at face value. It's all fugazi. It's all part of a show behind the scenes, and yeah, the US government are all involved. It is what it is. What can we do? The only thing we can do is that we try trade the market as if we are them. There's a thing that you need to do in crypto. Take this away with you. This is massive. So don't do what they tell you. Don't do what they tell you. Watch what they do with the money. Because you'll get these news agencies, you'll get the governments, you'll get highly influential people. They will tell you all these things so that you go out there and do something. But you shouldn't do that because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to play you to do what they want. Don't listen to what they say. Watch what they do with their money. So the only way that we can navigate through this fake fugazi corruption of a market is to try and be on the other side of it. Don't be the exit liquidity for these people. Don's mentioned it before on Coffee and Crypto that Jamie Dimon, who's JP Morgan, back in 2018, he put out a memo to the entire JP Morgan. If I ever catch you buy Bitcoin, you're fired. Immediately, instant dismissal if I catch you buying Bitcoin. No one is allowed to buy Bitcoin. As things transpire, a year or two later, it turns out when you check out the numbers, when data is released, that JP Morgan was the biggest buyer of Bitcoin in that year. The single biggest buyer of Bitcoin that year was JP Morgan, when he was saying, do not buy Bitcoin. Then what happened after that? Bitcoin went on a giant bull run. So what does that tell you? That tells you don't listen to what they say, watch what they do with their money. That's massive. That is the best piece of advice you'll ever receive. In any market, not even just crypto, in any market, that is the best piece of advice. Don't listen to what they say, watch what they do with their money. And just try and see behind the news. That's what we try and aim with Coffee and Crypto. Because if we were just to read the news, it would be, you would be basically programmed the way the news wants you to think. But we look behind the news and we read the story and we say, that's a load of nonsense, that's garbage, that's fake, they're doing this because of that. So if you can see behind the news and trade the other side of the market, you'll do okay. But next on the list we have Bitcoin shorts lose $16 million as BlackRock ETF filing sparks a bullish outlook. So the total crypto market cap rose nominally, with Dogecoin leading gains among major tokens. So hopes surrounding a potential Bitcoin ETF spurred a slight change in the market movements on Friday, fueling a bullish outlook among some traders. So yeah, Bitcoin seen a bit of a pump due to the Bitcoin ETF. So Bitcoin quickly regained 25,500 level early on Friday, erasing losses for the past 2 days when it fell as low as 24,860. The move provided some respite to major tokens such as Polygon, Cardano, which normally jumped to ease some losses. Doge led the gains with a 4% move. Whoa, 4%, with Litecoin gaining 3%. As such, the market strength of Bitcoin impacted shorts or bets against the asset, with the BTC tracked futures seeing over $16 million in short liquidations in the past 24 hours. That's good to see. People shorting Bitcoin lost $16 million. This figure was lesser than usual due to large declines in the past week, causing some traders to risk less capital than usual. The SEC has previously rejected attempts at spot Bitcoin ETFs, including Grayscale, VanEck, etc. Same stuff. So yeah, that is the big news. The big news is the Bitcoin ETF. But as I say, you need to try and look behind the curtain. Why is this news being timed now? That's what they do. Everything is timed in this market. Everything is timed in every market by the market manipulators, and the market manipulators are BlackRock. The market manipulators are the SEC. That's who manipulate the markets. That's who moves the markets. It's Wall Street that manipulates the markets. They move the markets. So Wall Street time the news. We release this news here. We'll release this news here. That's what you need to think about. You need to try and think for yourself behind the scenes. Think your own twist on it. That's what you need to do. You need to try and read it as it is and then say, right, why did they release this then? Why are they saying this here? Why is it on the same day that the Hinman emails released, they released this other thing as a distraction? What was the distraction for? Just try and think why these things are happening at the times they do happen. Why did Coinbase IPO on the day of the top of the Bitcoin bull run? For exit liquidity. That's why. There's always a hidden agenda, an ulterior motive. Always. So it's trying to see behind the news and just navigate accordingly. Of course, if you want to see behind the news, navigate accordingly, you can check out Certified Crypto CC Pro, which is our Discord group. Can I get a zoomage on that? Yeah, there's a zoomage on that. That zoomage. I'll give you a quick look. So that's in CC Pro. We've got daily members updates, beginners suite, members chat room, technical analysis, trade setups, trading tips, tutorials, newsletter, crypto tax, giveaways, project updates, NFTs, 10% discount, CC Pro podcast, investing mindset, and more. Massive. But yeah, that is that. Next one on the list, we've got Binance to quit Netherlands after failing to acquire a license. So the crypto exchange attempt to secure a virtual asset service provider license from Dutch regulator was unsuccessful. So Binance, the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, is leaving the Netherlands after failing to persuade the Dutch regulator to issue a virtual asset license. I see what Don means. Don said that they just repeat the same things throughout the articles. It's just to beef up the articles. They just repeat the same thing over and over again. It's interesting. So, as of July 17th, Dutch residents will only be able to withdraw their funds from the platform according to a statement from the exchange. So yeah, Binance posted that on their Twitter this morning. We regret to announce Binance is leaving the Dutch market. Again, this is pretty standard bear market things. I think I had it on this page. It's just standard bear market things. You get, total standard bear market things. You've got Binance to quit, failed this, state regulators. This has been denied. This has been assets frozen for Binance US. Like, standard bear market things, and this seems bad now after failing to acquire a license, but see in 2 months time, 3 months time, 6 months time, a year, Binance will acquire that license for the Netherlands and it will be fine again. It's just standard bear market stuff. That is what happens. So yeah, as always, just look behind the news, just try keep thinking forward and you'll be fine. You'll be all good. You'll get there. But yeah, that is all for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, could you leave it a like? Leave a comment as well. Let us know how you're getting on. Let us know what you think of the news. Why did BlackRock... This is a good one, actually. I would love to know this because I don't know the answer. That's the thing. We don't pretend we know everything. We are... The team at Crypto Glasgow, myself and Don, we are thinkers. We try and think of the reasons why. So I'd love to know why you think that this is dropped today of all days, during all the uncertainty. Why did BlackRock file paperwork for a Bitcoin spot ETF now? Why did that happen? I can't work it out yet. Maybe in a few days' time, in a few weeks' time, when more stuff transpires, I'll be able to work it out better. But why do you think? I'd love to know. What is the hidden agenda? What is the underlying issue here? Why now? I'd love to know. So yeah, if you have any ideas on that, let me know in the comments, because yeah, I'm really interested. I'd love to try and work it out. That's what we like to do. We like to try and work things out. Any news stories that you see about Biden or just any standard news stuff, we like to try and work out the real reason, the real underlying reason. Like when you see the news story of, I've mentioned this before, when you see the news story of Tesla, a really negative news story on Tesla in the news, the reason for that news story is to try and crash the price of the stock. That is the underlying reason. There's always underlying reasons. So yeah, really interested to see why you think this has been released now, and if you think it's going to be accepted. Interesting. I don't know, but we need to try and wait and see. But that is all for today's video. Don will be back on Monday to give you another episode of Coffee and Crypto. Thanks very much for tuning in. Leave a like if you could, and let me know your thoughts below, and we will see you